Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix several years of financial misbehaviour. And if that's something you're interested in following along with, please don't forget to stick around and check out the other content I've created for you on this channel. Now, a few videos ago I brought you the first draft of my January budget, and I said that I would go away, refine it some more and try and work out what was going on, what I needed to try and do, and where I was really going to firm up what my priorities were with such a large payment coming in. I've gone away and done that, and I've also bought you that first draft and then the new draft, just so we can kind of go over together and I can kind of try and take you guys down where I'm currently thinking. Now, this is by no means a finished budget. I have an estimated, we've been told we're being paid before Christmas, which means that for the bursary payment of £2,000, that should be paid by the 22nd of December. But again, that's a little bit woolly still. And until the money is in my account and I have a confirmed email saying that you've been paid, or actually this is the date you're getting paid and it all lines up, I'm still going to be just ever so slightly skeptical about that as well. And now I know how much the cat meds are going to be, how much his food is going to be normally, and what I'm kind of looking at in terms of my savings priorities and my financial goals for the year. So the income I've plotted in is still the same. I'm still anticipating £100 from YouTube, and that is normally around about the 23rd of each month. The student loan is coming in on the 2nd of January, and then at the minute, according to the information I have, the bursary is getting paid on the 22nd of December. Although realistically, depending on where my December budget is at, I may merge that into my December budget and either carry a rollover or not. I'm not 100% sure yet, and again, it depends very much like when that is paid, and what the state of my budget is at that point. But at the minute, my anticipated total income from the 22nd of December to the, let's just say, the 2nd of February is £5,781. So with that in mind, I have done some playing with the numbers. Now, in terms of the bills, I've done a little bit more research. They are all mainly the same, apart from the annual car insurance payment, because I realised that if I added my mum down as a named driver, I could knock another £100 off that. So at the minute, the budget for an annual car insurance payment is £500, but I'm hoping I can utilise cashback offers as well and then see what that looks like on the day. And then everything there is pretty much exactly the same. I've removed AA breakdown cover because I'm going to look at trying getting it included with my annual car insurance, and if I can't do that, then actually can I get an annual plan? So I'm not 100% sure yet what's going on there. And I've also removed pet insurance and annual pet insurance. Now that is due to renew in February, and I didn't get a lifetime plan when I took out his pet insurance, and that's a lack of research on my side. And the two conditions that he has that he is being treated for, he's not covered at all. So I need to actually really look and weigh up and go, do I pay monthly for something he's not going to be covered for on the off chance that something else might happen that I need him to be covered for, or not? I don't yet know that, but I'm taking that out for now. Then if I go to flexible, there has been some slight change to flexible, and that is to account for the fact that this is a significantly longer period with just this set of income coming in, and I do just want to account for anything that may pop up, particularly as I am off for the start of it, and then I do have some travelling for my training to do outside of my normal school. So therefore I bumped my petrol up to 300. The cat, including his meds and his food, is coming in at 285 at the minute, unless the cost of the meds and the food goes up. So I've allowed for £300. I'm going to do a large household restock, which I tend to do every quarter anyway, and that's budgeted 50. That's actually happening a month late. I normally do that in December, but the budget didn't allow for it this month. Food is 250, spending is 200, and then teaching, and this is for books and supplies that I need to get, which is going to technically, it should really come out of my bursary payment, but I'm going to intend to cash stuff or organise all of this out of my bursary payment, so it's all done and ready for officially January. And then if I need to take a little bit out between Christmas and New Year, I can do that and account for it. Yeah, I'm just going to take it out and then cash stuff it, and then it's done, because then I've got an awful lot coming out of my account in terms of like large payments. So I want to be able to return to cash stuffing. Naturally, if there's any books or any supplies that I need to order that's an online base, or I know, for example, that the cat's food is an online purchase and his meds are obviously I can pay via card or cash, I might not cash stuff those. But I really found it really, really effective when I was cash stuffing back in September and October. And then obviously November happened and I turned to a more card-based system. I do want to return to the cash-based usage. Obviously, if I know I'm buying something from Vinted, I can't pay cash for that, but I intend to do that research beforehand. But at the minute, that's what that's coming into. All in all, if that all comes in, that is £1,300. And naturally, there is as well the £200 teaching on there, which is an associated cost of my studying, which is part of the reason why I have the student loan. And then the cat is jumped up as well, and then I've got extra driving, and it's a 5-week month on top of that, which is accounting for the extra spending and slightly higher food amount as well. If I go down to sinking funds, gifting, now this is for my mum and dad's birthdays each, and Mother's Day and Father's Day. I'm going to either go ahead and purchase those things if I know what I want to get them, or cash stuff, £135 total. My birthday, I want to set aside £200. That's for me to do something, maybe a day out somewhere or a little outing. It's not going to cover an overnight trip, and it's not meant to. I don't intend on taking overnight trips for a while. And then the main kind of savings focus is the 5k binder, and I want to put £1,000 into the 5k binder off the bat straight away. And then in terms of debt payments, so that is all lining up actually. The gifting is slightly less, and then my flexible spending is slightly more. But one thing I haven't done is I've not yet accounted for potentially buying 2 months of food or 2 months of meds. I don't know yet. But in terms of the debt payments as well, I've got about £100 worth of debt minimums to set up. Now, my actual debt minimums at the minute, if I exclude anything going to the guarantor, is just over £60. It's £60 and something pence. So what I might try and look at doing is, can I clear 2 of the smaller debts that I've got as well out of that? So I've set myself about £100 aside for that one there to cover the debt minimums, and then maybe an extra payment to my smaller debts. A larger payment to the guarantor of £500, that keeps that on track to be fully paid off by July. Not fully paid off, to be half paid off by July. So in 10 months, that is very much my goal, to reduce that debt down by half. That's an extra £400 that I'd be paying to the guarantor in January. The council tax over underpayment, which is the money I owe them for a miscalculation from 2 years ago, is £749.50. That then clears that completely, and then the total for debts is £1,349.50. So we can see that between the flexible spending, the total sinking fund spending, or saving I should say, and then the debt payments, it's all kind of coming in around about the £1,350 mark. There's some variance in between there, and then my bills at the minute are £1,597 estimated. Now, this doesn't include any money from the business, which I'll be talking about in a separate video. It doesn't include any money from destashing, and what I do have at the minute is a £200, or officially a £199.50 amount that still needs to allocate and go somewhere. Obviously, there is the question mark over what I'm going to do about pet insurance, whether it is worth insuring him for other things. The difficulty with his pre-existing conditions is that they can cause other things to happen, and what I don't want to do in a hypothetical situation is I go and insure him for another thing happening. It turns out this other thing is as a result of his pre-existing conditions, and the insurer decides not to pay for it. In that event, have I then potentially paid out money monthly or annually for nothing? I don't know. I'm sure there is a debate for pros and cons for pet insurance down in the comments. I don't know yet. It's something I still need to do a little bit more research into. Having pet insurance was always like a tick box exercise as part of being a pet owner to me. It was never something that I ever intended to actually have to make a claim on. So now the fact that I have made a claim and it's going to make things difficult going forward, I don't know yet. But the 5k binder, getting that up and running is really, really important to me, and immediately stuffing a fifth of it is going to help get that ball rolling. As I said, I'm going to do a separate video about the business and what I want to do in terms of how that's going to get up and structured and running, and the numbers I'm looking at there. It's also not including any money from destashing, which I may choose to do between Christmas and New Year anyway, as I am off as of this coming Thursday. So Thursday the 21st is my first day on the Christmas break. Apart from wrapping and things, I am done for Christmas. So as I say, still £200 to allocate at the minute. I just want to keep that £200 very flexible and floating. Equally, what I would like to try and explore doing is seeing actually, if I do not spend the entirety of these categories, can I put them towards an extra month ahead on his meds or his food, because that would ease things going into February and March, trying to give myself kind of a couple of weeks ahead on those, if that's the costs that we're looking at, you know, £300-ish. Yeah, so that's where we are with the January budget plan so far. Again, this is just a second draft. There may be a third or a fourth. It very much depends what is going to come into my budget, what my December budget is looking like so far. And I've not yet reconciled that or got that up to date because I've been busy. So I don't have the numbers for those, which is why they're not factored in. And if I do just decide to merge and do a super budget, then we will see all of that when it happens. On that note though, I am going to love you and leave you, because I'm going to get ahead and record another few more videos to try and get everything semi up to date and have 17 videos on by the end of the 17th. I don't know if I'm going to achieve that, but I'm certainly going to try. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.